Hey guys, what's going on? This is Tiffany, the Garden Goddess here, and reporting from Dallas, Texas. Happy Labor Day to you all. It is almost the end of summer, and my garden beds, like this week is the first week it hasn't consistently been 100 degrees, and my garden beds look a hot mess. My plants are struggling. So I have a couple of garden beds that I gotta overhaul, and I figured I'd give you all a before and after tour and a quick rundown of while I'm doing it. Once again, I do plan on selling my house. I do want to make the garden beds appealing, but I'm not trying to plant anything that requires a lot of work. So I'm actually just going to do some mustard greens, some collard greens, and some kale. Stick that in there. All of these greens do really well in this heat. They wouldn't have done well in the 100-degree weather, but they'll do well in this heat, and they'll taste even better once the cool weather hits. So let me show you my garden beds. Don't judge me, guys. It's hot. Don't judge me. Okay, so this is my first garden bed. It's probably about 4 feet by 3 feet. I actually have a lot. I had a huge tree back here that I didn't realize when I was digging the garden bed. There's this section right here that has this huge root that I just couldn't dig deep enough. Anyway, so I already have, here is a strawberry plant that I'm probably just going to leave there. And then here's a watermelon plant that, gosh, has just been struggling. It's been in the ground for about a month already, so I'm actually gonna leave that there. Lots of grass and weeds. This was actually, so look at how random it is. It's not even really close to the water irrigation. It's close to the edge. This was a volunteer tomato plant, and I guess it was a Roma tomato. And so there's that, but it's coming up. I'm gonna harvest those tomatoes and kind of clean up the bed. But it's pretty much done. It's knocked over. I think the rain we just had knocked over my trellis. And here's more of the tomato plant. It's just gone crazy. And then apparently I have a marigold under here. And so there's another little part of the marigold. So I'm just gonna prop this marigold up so that it can do its thing, because I love marigolds. And just clean up this garden bed. This is the other end of it. Just get it really nice and cute. I have another one that is right over here. This one's in the shade, so this will be a little bit easier. But it's just overgrown with grass. You see my irrigations here. And this is nothing but carrots. I've just been leaving them in the ground and pulling them up as I needed carrots for soup. But all of these are coming up. They're coming up, and I'm gonna let them cure outside for a couple of days, and then they're going into storage with all of my onions. And then I'm gonna plant my seeds. Let me show you what I plan on planting. So these I planted in fall, and they did super well. So this mustard Florida broadleaf, this mustard Southern Giant curled from Baker Creek, rareseeds.com, love them. This collard green from Rare Seeds, and good old-fashioned kale from Botanical Interests. So these are going to be going into these garden beds today. Let's get to it. Give me a sec. Okay, so because of the heat, you guys didn't see me finish off the garden bed, but after I finished placing the kale, I just gave everything a really good water down, and then I put a significant amount of this peat moss where I put the seeds down and covered it up, and then I watered it again. So this is my bed. I spread my watermelon. I usually do not like moving my watermelon, but if I do, I want to try and put the leaves back facing the sun like it likes. But, you know, necessary evil. Anyways, this garden bed is done. Time to get to this one, which hopefully my phone won't overheat because it'll be in the shade. Taking a quick break because it is hot out here. Okay, so sorry if I'm creeping you guys out, but that is an in-ground garden bed, and we live in North Texas with clay soil. So I want to take a quick second to let you all know that I've been working that soil for 3 years. When I first initially tried to prep it, of course I ran into problems with tree roots because I have lots of trees, obviously. But also it was clay, and so what I did was I added a whole bunch of organic soil, also a whole bunch of sand to make it workable. So now after 3 years, it's actually a great texture. Things that I plant in the ground in that bed, they grow better than my raised beds, honestly. Usually I would kind of top it off with some organic soil, but I just went to go check and I only have 1 bag. So I'm actually going to save that for my garden beds that actually, they grow great, don't get me wrong, but if I'm going to, you know, put on a scale from 1 to 10, my in-ground bed grows, the soil is great, it's 10, my raised beds are like a 9. So I'm going to save my 1 bag of organic soil for my raised beds because my in-grounds do so great. So never fear, if you are in North Texas and you have that clay soil, you can work it. It takes a lot of attention, a lot of fertilization, a lot of patience, a lot of bag hauling, because you do have to amend the soil, but it's super worth it over time. Okay, so now that I have it all turned, usually I would use a seedling mulch called tack, but it's expensive and I ran out. Once again, I will not be living here in a few months, so I'm just gonna use peat moss to cover up the seedlings. So let's get back to it. Okay, so mama's tired, guys. Got the 2 beds done. I'm probably gonna change the watering. I was watering for about 5 minutes twice a day, in the morning and the evening. but those are for fully grown plants. For these seedlings, I might increase it to about 10 minutes twice a day, just because I don't want them to overheat. I don't want the little seedlings to get burnt out before they actually get to be something. All of my carrots, I'm gonna let cure on my deck here. You only want to do that for about a couple of hours, especially in this hot sun. I made the mistake of leaving them out there too long one time, and they weren't good for anything but juicing, and that was barely. I had like dried carrots. And so, excuse my dog. Anyways, 2 garden beds down, 4 more to go. Plus I have all of these pots, containers that I gotta, it's just a lot. It's just a lot. Anyways, if you like my videos, hit like, subscribe. I love you guys. Have a blessed day.